Hi guys, this is Atco. Hey, I want to talk to you guys a little bit something that nothing I don't usually talk about, but has to do with emergency backup power for the house. You know, I live out in the country and we lose power quite often. When you have lost some power, it is a problem. You don't feel comfortable, and as we keep finding, we're going to start having more of that happen since our grid is getting so old. Who knows what could create more time where we have problems like that. So I just thought I'd show you what I use in my house that has worked very well for me. I thought I'd just pass that along to you. First of all, everybody in the house have at least one good LED flashlight. I used all the AA batteries. I recommend that when you're using batteries for different things, you want to have everything the same. So AA batteries are becoming very, very popular. I get at least one of these for each person in the family that is left for safety emergency situations, so that the batteries are not all over the house. You can never find them when you need them. Along with that, a good LED lantern. This one I got off of Walmart. It's a Ozark Trail lantern. Takes 4 AA batteries, LED of course. This sucker is bright, but if you don't need a lot of light but you still want to get around and feel comfortable in that room, you can get by running it low at only 20% of the power and get 2 to 3 days continuous of light for just 4 AA batteries. I got a few of these, but I would recommend you have at least one for your emergency stash. Along with that, whatever batteries you start using, have another set, brand new. Just in case something came up, you used a lot of those batteries and now you're losing a little bit of power out of it, have another set with you. And here, all mine AA batteries, so I don't have to worry about what size batteries I'm using. Okay, what I do when we first lose power, I just take flashlights and just get by the best we can, maybe use that lantern for the next 20 minutes. We don't know how long we're going to lose power. Could be just a matter of a few minutes to 15-20 minutes. So I don't want to go crazy on all this stuff until I find out how long we're going to go without power. And by 20 minutes I can generally get a call using on my cell phone to the power company, and they will let me know whether we've lost power in my area and what would they give as an estimate for repair. And when that happens, generally it's going to be 4 hours or so for me. That's been my situation. Okay, so once I know that I'm going to be at least 4 hours with no power, I want to get a little more comfortable. And I use this battery power station. This is called Jackery 500. And what this is just a big battery with a inverter in it, and it allows me to have AC coming out of this thing and also DC for charging my cell phones and laptops and things like this. And this will give me 500 watt hour out of this thing, which means well, here in this situation I will use one room that I'll use to feel comfortable. I'll put in 2 the 60 watt lamps in the house. Of course, both those lamps are also running out of LED lamps, which is like 9 watts for each one. Then I'll take one of the old 19-inch small portable LED TVs that's in one of the bedrooms, bring it into that room, and between that TV and 2 lamps, this is running less than 45 watts. I'll put this on this Jackery 500 and I'll power this for a good 6 hours, plus also charge my cell phones. It's a great item to have, and makes me feel a little more comfortable while I'm waiting for the power to come back. If it needs more than 6 hours without power, we start bringing other problems. For one example is we're in the middle of winter, it gets cold. One easy way to get some heat very quick and very cheap is with these portable propane heaters. Let me show you. This is a propane heater. It's portable, very popular. Most people using these for RVs and that. You can get up to 4,000 to 9,000 BTUs an hour out of these things, and it uses these propane 1-pound canisters. You can get these anywhere at Walmart. Get a 2-pack for about $7. What's nice about these things is that if you run this thing at low with 4,000 BTUs, this will run for 6 hours. So they're great to have. You turn these things on, with just a few minutes you can tell a lot of heat coming out of there right away. They're great, and it says right on them that it's good for indoor use. Great to have. If you just wanted to have a way to heat up hot water, that's these little stoves. Again, propane stove. I just get a 1 burner in there that we can use for bringing up some hot water. I'll get my coffee, my wife will get her tea, or if we're going to lose power for a while, we'll make some soup or anything you want out of this thing. And that probably 1 canister is probably all you're going to need for your propane. It could take a long time to use all that. Okay, with all those units, I've probably been getting up to like 7-8 hours and gotten everything I wanted so far. But if I start going past 8, 9, 10 hours, another issue I worry about is if we're going to lose power, I've got a refrigerator that's closed. I've got a freezer down in the basement that's closed, full of meat. I've heard that if you don't open those doors, you can go a day or 2 without everything spoiling. But I wouldn't want to push anything more than 10 or 12 hours. If you have the power, I use a 2,000 watt generator. At that point, I will turn that thing on outside, and I have a plug that I can get through the wall from my porch and then have the inputs going in and not have to open the doors or anything like that. And what I'll do, I'll start my 2,000 watt generator for about 5 hours, and what I'll get out of that 5 hours, it will run my freezers and my refrigerator, get them all up to full cool. If there's anything I might want to use the microwave for, I can plug that in and pull any of the freezers out and make a few sandwiches and make a few TV dinners while we've got the big power in there. They may not all be able to run at the same time. Pick one out as you need, but yeah, what do you use for a microwave? 7-8 minutes for most TV dinners. And then the rest of the time I'll go back to the freezer and let it charge everything up. And my Jackery can be charged by the Jackery itself in those 5 hours, so that when I power turn back off, then I'm back where I was when I started. And then I can go in that circle every 12 hours or so until whenever we get power back, and not let I really lost anything, and have everything I kind of need in the house. So that's pretty much it. Along with the batteries, I also recommend that everybody, even from any time, also have at least 2 packages of 16-ounce waters. We generally have 4 or 5 because we drink a lot of water in the house, but always have 2 in case we lose power. And I would also recommend at least 10 gallons of water somewhere in the house for emergencies. If you have to do any washing, like for dishes or your hands, if you don't have sewers, for me, I have a well, and if I lose power, I can't get any water in the house. So if we're going to be more than a few hours, it's nice to have that water, for nothing else, to flush the toilets. So between all of that, it's worked out well for me. These are my emergency tips that have worked for me, and just thought I'd pass those along. Okay, so that's it for now. This is Atco, signing off.